Hey, I'm AZ5. I'm going over some patch notes released because some of the community is planning a blackout next Friday, and in response, DICE has released a big patch notes worth of about 100 different changes or more. I'm only going to go over the ones that a little bit matter to me. Yeah, that's right, only to me. But I'll give you guys a link under the video later on. But here we go. Players no longer spawn on top of vehicles which are full. Fix glass in the back carkland where it stops bullets and grenades. Red plastic jugs, water jugs, and wake island now probably move when it's shot or run into. I don't care about that, but I think that was kind of funny. Fix the disappearing crossover issue in team deathmatch. Fix the squad deathmatch squad system. Now you're actually in a squad. I was playing squad mission for a while. I didn't even know that we were named a squad. Unguided tank rounds and RPGs now instantly destroy aerial vehicles. That's cool. The main battle tank's primary weapon does more damage to other main battle tanks from the front and the side. You can disable them from the side if you shoot them near the back. That could be changed by the developers depending on what they decide on, so don't hope for anything. Slightly reduce the repair speed of the repair tool. Slightly reduce the lock time of all weapons versus laser designated targets. Laser guided missiles can now be distracted by flares. Flares no longer break the lock on of a vehicle when locked into, only distract the missiles. So you don't have to relock on them every time they shoot flares, they just stay on them. Flares reload at 11 seconds. For the chopper gunner, you'll reload at 20 seconds. Reduces damage of anti-air missiles due to just by 40–45%, meaning it won't even disable it, man. Eagles and stingers now lock on much more quickly, but have significantly reduced range. Increases damage of the APF SDS rounds for the IFVs. F-35s will only attempt to hover at low altitudes. AVs can be destroyed by running over them with vehicles, not the other way around. When jets and helicopters collide each other, both will now be destroyed, not just the helicopter being gone. You can now spot EOD bots. The Kram and Panzer anti-air weapons now have anti-air radio. Air radar by default. Disabled vehicles now have increased reverse speed to cover themselves. Added horn to all Jeeps. Tanks can no longer drive into water across the Wake Island. I didn't even know they could do that in the first place, but now they can. Now to weapons. For the Vast Val, the extended max to be locked at 200 kills, making the bullets go from 20 rounds to 30 rounds in your magazine. Semi-automatic weapons and bolt actions, including shotgun slugs, now have their maximum damage at 15 meters. Meaning anything before will not reach its maximum value yet. On top of that, sniper rounds have a chance to kill if the player is hit in the upper chest. Semi-automatic weapons no longer jam. The player presses fire faster than the weapon was capable of shooting. Zooming with shotguns with buck and flechette rounds now result in a slightly tighter cone for pellets, meaning there'll be a little bit more or less spread. Fix the fire rate of USAS-12 and MK3A1, which is the jackhammer, when they're equipped with frag rounds. Crybabies. The smoke grenade rounds from the under rail slug no longer passes through soldiers and unbroken objects, they will just detonate. Now for other weapons, there's been a major change to shotguns. The 870 has no change, but every other shotgun has their pellets reduced from 12 to 9, which each shell. And the biggest change for the shotguns is the USAS-12. The recoil rate is significantly changed to be higher, so people won't be able to. Well, people can still shoot the shit out of you, but probably have to aim with their feet if they're gonna do any good. Now going on to the FAMAS. It now also has extreme recoil because of its 1,000 rounds per minute issue or something like that. It was not even an issue in the first place. There's people crying about it. Now to accessories. The bipods now provide similar accuracy and recoil benefits of LMGs no matter what weapon it is. Because LMGs first only worked this way, now all weapons can be beneficial to it. Also, the speed of bipods has been increased when you're deploying it. Foregrips horizontal sway reduction has been increased or decreased, meaning it doesn't reduce as much. There's also an aim accuracy penalty when using a foregrip. So long range firefighting, you might want to change your accessory or just compensate with it, adjust with it, burst it. The heavy barrel, the vertical recoil penalty has been reduced. Also, bullets using the heavy barrel also have speed increase for specific weapons for the A91, G3A3, AKS-74U, G36C, M4A1, SCAR H, SG553, G53, QBZ95B. Suppressors. The suppressor no longer reduces the maximum damage of the weapon, but instead reduces the range overall. There is now an hip accuracy penalty when using a suppressor, but it's not true for LMGs and sniper rifles because they already have the maximum penalty possible. Flash suppressors now work also as a recoil compensator, reducing the recoil. Not like I use it anyway, but some people do. It's pretty rare. Now on to gadgets. The C4 and claymores will be spotted for 15 seconds instead of 30. The EOD bots have a little bit tweaked in the control and physics. The radio beacon, mortar, MAV, EOD bot, tugs, and self-lamp should be easier to deploy, which it just probably means faster. More on the MAV. When someone kills with MAV, it actually properly shows on the kill feed as MAV killed instead of just kill. The MAV can now be destroyed, will now be destroyed when it runs to a soldier, meaning even though it takes out a soldier, the MAV will also be destroyed in the process. The MAV's sweep frequency of motion sweeping or whatever has been matched with tugs, so one's not better than the other. Players no longer enter SOFLAM and MV and EOD bots after they're deployed. Players can now knife enemy equipment to destroy them. C4 will no longer be detonatable if the player respawns, but it can still be detonated if the player is revived. Claymores only live for 5 seconds after the player dies. Still means that 2 is still the maximum. Claymores can now detonate on light jeeps. Yeah, it could disable the jeep now. The claymores are not doing any damage to heavy vehicles. Ammo bags require resupply bullets more quickly, but the explosives we require will be resupplied more slowly. Reduce the blast radius of RPGs, smalls, and 40mm grenades against infantry because people were crying about it, and to pretty much stop or reduce the usage of spamming it in Metro, I guess. Reduce RPG rounds from 5 to 4, including the small as well. Increase the heal rate of the medical crate. The mortar can no longer be deployed in protected zones like home bases. C4s, claymores, and other deployed items now only appear on the minimap of your screen, like radio beacons. You can not only see on your screen, but you can still see it on your minimap. General gameplay fixes. Players no longer take fall damage. You can get it from prone faster, so you can get away from grenades. Parachutes now are more responsive. Switching from primary to secondary now takes less time. You cannot deploy bipods in places higher than chin level, and that is the ones that matter to me. I will provide a link below to my source. And thanks for listening in, and I'm out.